together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Just me today, as we have quite the slate to go over. We have, I believe, 12 in the NBA, 11 in the NHL, 2 NFL games. We have college football playoffs today. So we have a lot of action for today. But unfortunately, we have to recap yesterday. Ouch. Yesterday hurt. No sugarcoating, no nothing. Down 9.63 units. Went 2-10. It was rough. Days like this are going to happen. That's just part of the game. And I should have known that it was going to be a poor day based on the first 2 results. Really. Ohio team total over 30.5. They score 30. I get hooked. Frustrating. Including them scoring a whopping 3 points in the second half. And I get hooked. And then with 9 minutes to go, all right, then we head to college basketball. Because with 9 minutes to go, Western Michigan was up, I think, 22 points. And they ended up losing the game 76-73. So that was fun. St. John's, they win by 2. They do not cover the -6. Dayton doesn't cover the +3. They lose by 7. UTEP -14.5. They win by 6, so they don't cover there. In the NHL, I went 1-3. Yeah, 1-3. Buffalo first period, no good. Should have taken the team total over. It's just when things are going wrong, you decide between 2 plays and you choose the loser. The over 6 does come through at -115. The over 5.5 Rangers and Stars. There was 3 goals at the end of the first period, and then 1 more the rest of the game. Annoying. And then the Wild lose 2-1 late in the third period there. I double up on the Miami Heat. They lose 104-97. So the team total over, no good. The money line, no good. Just an ugly, ugly day yesterday. I got the one play I did win 1 in college basketball. Yale -14.5. They win by 16 against Akron. Whoop-de-doo. But awful, awful day yesterday. I've moved on a couple things so far today. I moved on both NFL games. Actually, it's weird. I like both favorites in the NFL today. We'll get into that in a little bit. But we'll head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's card. See, down 8 units from yesterday. Yeah, we both had bad days. I did not recap. At this point, I don't know if we have any winners this month. I think nobody's going to qualify. Yeah, terrible day. Terrible day. Need a big bounce. Need a bounce back day. If I don't bounce back today, I'll just take myself out of the contest, and then we'll have nobody in the contest. So, where I might be down 20 units. Yeah, that's rough. I would have to look. When are pizza Pringles on sale? Should be in the next couple days. What's good, Dave? Canucks money line, Hershey Bears, Texas Stars, Wolfpack, Wild, Firebirds, San Jose over, AHL picks, Drew Allen over 15.5 rushing yards, Penn State -8.5, Kate Klubnik over 218.5 passing yards. That was the one play I have moved on, is that Penn State SMU game. I got SMU at 9. I got the +9 with them. Marquise Brown under 1.5 receptions. There you go. Team total team total under didn't hit either in that game. Which game? Locking in Nico Collins anytime goal. +170. Good luck today. Good luck there, Stop Geo. 8.26 units I was down yesterday. I lost my check mark tracking. I was so pissed yesterday. Ouch. AHL saved me a little. Yeah. Why would a Penn State -8 Texas money line, Ohio money line gonna win? I'm on SMU plus the points. I see that as a closer game. I could see Tennessee potentially winning. I don't know about the Texas game though. I don't know. Stars 0 for 7 on the power play equals frauds, or they just had a bad game. But yeah. Taking my notes. There you go. Oh, the first bowl. Yeah, the team total under for, because who do you call it? Staged a comeback at the end there. Almost got it. Fantastic to be here. What's good? Real deal prime. How about them Sabres? Cooley didn't score. Should have listened to Cannon. Is that Parley going to hit Cannon? Yeah. I think it's close, but Penn State pulls away. Maybe. But we will get started here in the NBA. Big card in the NBA. Let's get into it. The Los Angeles Lakers are taking on the Sacramento Kings. The Kings 6-point favorites in this game with a total of 228 in this one. Let's take a look at the line history of this game where it opened up at a 4.5, 5 range, and now we're seeing a 6. Line opened up 229. It's down to a 228, so move towards the under here as well. 25% of the tickets, or my bad, 75% of tickets, 67% cash on the Lakers. Yet this line's moving towards the Kings, which makes Sacramento really appealing in this game, which I know them as favorites are kind of worrisome, but the Lakers on the road, not particularly great. The 82% tickets and 78% cash on the over here as well, with, I believe, the line moving towards the under with it. Opening up at a 229, now down to a 228. These two teams just played 2 days ago. The Lakers won by 13 points. I feel like this correlates almost everything for a smash spot for the Sacramento Kings. The line's moving towards them. The public is on the Lakers as a road dog. The Lakers just won the previous matchup 2 days ago. Yeah, no, this is everything is correlating here for me to take Sacramento in this game. And I can get 5.5 at -120 over on ESPN Bet. Give me Sacramento in this game. I get it. Laying points with Sacramento can get scary at times because they've not been a good covering team as a favorite this year. They're 13-15 straight up. They're 10-17 and 1 ATS. 15-13 over under. 6-9 at home. The Lakers are 6-9 on the road. 15-12 straight up, but 12-15 ATS. 11-16 over under. Much better home team than they are road team this season. But with that being said, I think the market is moving this way for a reason. Public is on the Lakers. The Lakers just beat them 2 days ago. I'll go for a little short-term revenge here. Give me the Kings. I got -5.5, -120 over on ESPN bets. Let's see. Listening to me is like a garbage can. Yeah. King smash. Colder than it is outside right now. You're the college football game guy, though. I like that, but the only thing that scares me with that parlay is there's no dog in there. I only bet one side in all 3 games, which is Penn State. Penn State is going to be the only blowout. Yeah, I agree with that. Pass this game. Clemson going to cover. I mean, at this point, yeah, I would look towards Clemson covering because I'm starting to see 13.5, I believe. Lakers team total under. I could see a Lakers team total under for sure. Yeah. Let's continue on. The Orlando Magic. -3 total 208.5 in this game. Line opened up at a 1. It's now a 3. Line opened up at a 209. It's now a 208. So we move towards the under and move towards the Orlando Magic with 38% of the tickets and 50% of cash on their spread, 77-69 on the money line. 85% of tickets, 76% of cash on the over here as well. I mean, at this line, I feel like you've missed your line a little bit for the Magic because you could have gotten them at a money line price. Now we're starting to see 3.5s pop up. And I get why the line's moving the way it is. This is a back-to-back for the Miami Heat. They're on the road, 4-7 on the road this year, 13-12 straight up, 11-14 ATS, 14-11 over-under for the Miami Heat. 17-12 are the Orlando Magic, 16-12-1 ATS, 13-16 over-under, 10-2 at home. So, yeah, my initial thought was it's got to be Magic or nothing, but the ultimate question now is, have we missed our line? Because we're starting to see 3.5s out there. And this was a money line that you probably could have gotten closer to the minus 150, minus 120 range. Now we're seeing minus 155, minus 160, minus 165. So ultimately, not a game I'm going to get involved with. It would be Magic or nothing, but that's a nothing play for me. I feel like there's better spots on the card here than this one. I look at Clemson. I just took Klubnik yards. What's good, Nicholas Handy? He's averaging 248 passing yards against top 25 defenses. There you go. Magic team total under. You can see that. Miami money line. Or no, I would lean towards the Magic, but yeah. I hit Indiana live plus 17.5. There you go. I was mad because I wanted to get involved with the Irish yesterday. I just never pulled the trigger on it. Been backing Notre Dame a decent amount this year, so we'll see. And I'm definitely interested in them against Georgia, for sure. Memphis Grizzlies and the Atlanta Hawks. Grizzlies 1.5 point favorites in this game. Total 241.5. Seeing that we're dealing with such a close thing here, let's take a look what the money line is. It opened up at a minus 140 for Memphis, and it's dropped all the way down to minus 120. So we do have a move towards the Hawks in this game. Line opened up at a 240. It's now a 242. So we even moved towards the over in this one as well. Pretty high total here. And generally, when we see high totals like this, we usually don't see we don't see it overly public on overs. 67% tickets and 70% of the cash on the over. So never mind there. Then we have 80% of tickets and 64% of cash on the spread for the Grizzlies. 68% of tickets are on the money line for the Grizzlies, with 63% of the cash on the Hawks. So it looks like a little bit of sharp money coming in on the Hawks money line in this one here. Atlanta is 14-14 straight up, 11-17 ATS, 18-10 over under, 7-6 at home. Memphis 19-9 straight up NATS, 17-11 ATS or over under, 6-6 on the road. Though they've been an average team on the road, they've been a really strong team at home. They are 13-3 in Memphis, but we're in Atlanta for this game. Atlanta coming in off of that overtime loss. It's their first game back after a 3-game road trip. They went to New York, Milwaukee, San Antonio, so nothing crazy there. On the flip side, the Memphis Grizzlies, they're coming in off of a dominating win, 144-93 against the Golden State Warriors. That's a spot I would like to bet against the team there, and I feel like things are starting to correlate here for me to take a shot here with the Atlanta Hawks in this game. We're seeing this game very close line-wise, even though one team is equal 500 and the other one is towards the top of the Western Conference, because we have Memphis, who is currently second in the West here. I'm gonna take Atlanta here in this game at plus 110 on the money line. I think the markets are telling us that Atlanta is a very, very live underdog in this game, and I would like to fade the Grizzlies after scoring 144 points and beating the Golden State Warriors by 51. Yeah, I would like to fade a team after that there. They're coming in feeling good about themselves. I think this could be a little bit of a humbling game for the Grizzlies. Could be the Hawks plus 110. Hawks plus 110 here for me. Let's see. Live betting is honestly the way it's the way watch the first 5 minutes and you feel it's fair. Honestly, yeah. Hawks money line. Live betting shows would be more profitable. You just have to invest more time. Yeah. Ice Guys and Terry do live casts. I come on those. There you go. Might need to check it out. Yeah. I used to. I work now at night, so my availability for that's like slim to none. So unfortunately, I don't do that anymore like I used to be able to. But yeah. What about the under? At that number, I mean, that's telling me an over, but I don't know. Memphis money line, Memphis team total under. I could see a Memphis team total under. Hawks money line plus 110. Yep, I'm on the same page there. Let's keep it going. Brooklyn Nets and the Utah Jazz. The Nets 2.5-point favorites, total 221.5 in this game. Line opened up at a 3. Now we're seeing a 2.5. Slight move towards the Jazz. On the total perspective, line opened up at a 220. It's now a 221.5, so a move towards the over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow here, where we have 57% on tickets and 54% of cash is on the Jazz, and the line's moving slightly towards them. Let's take a look at the total, 89% tickets, 92% of cash on the over here as well. These are two bottom dwelling teams. Actually, the Brooklyn Nets have been better than we thought this year. 11-16 straight up, 16-10-1 ATS, 14-13 over under, 5-7 at home this year. They're coming in off of a win against the Toronto Raptors, snapped a 3-game losing streak. They have lost 6 of their last 8 games, though, the Brooklyn Nets, and they're favorites in this game. On the flip side, the Utah Jazz, 6-20, 11-15 ATS, 14-12 over under, 4-10 on the road. They're coming in off of a win in Detroit as 4.5-point dogs, 126-119, which snapped a 3-game losing streak for them. They've also lost 8 of their last 10 games. So two teams that are not playing good basketball right now. I don't want to lay a number with the Nets. I backed the Nets last game, but they were dogs. They were dogs against Toronto. I backed them then. I don't want to back them now. So this is a stay-off spot for me in this game. I think there's better opportunities out there. So no interest for me here. It is a pass. Nets minus 2.5. Jazz or nothing. Lean Jazz money line. Yeah, no, it would be Jazz or nothing. It would be Jazz or nothing for sure. But we will move on. The New York Knicks and New Orleans Pelicans. The Knicks 8-point favorites, total 225 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. Line opened up 8.5, got up to a 9, back to an 8.5, down to an 8. So we have a half-point line movement towards New Orleans in this game here. Line opened up 226. It's down to a 225. So we do have a half-point line movement towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the matchup here, we have the New Orleans Pelicans, who are the worst team in basketball this year, 5-23 straight up, 10-18 ATS, 13-14-1 over under, 4-9 at home. The New York Knicks are 17-10, 13-13-1 ATS, 15-12 over under, 9-6 on the road. I forgot to look at cash flow in this game here, where we have 88% of tickets, 87% of cash on the Knicks, and the line's moving slightly towards the Pelicans. We've seen sharp money against on the Pelicans. We've seen the public against the Pelicans so often, and the public's been right fading the Pelicans this year. So I'm not going to read too much into that there. 81% of tickets, 83% of cash on the over here as well. This is an easy pass for me. The Knicks are coming in off of a couple nice wins, so could this be a little bit of a trap spot? Maybe, but do I want to trust a team that is 0-5 in their last that's lost 5 straight and 9 of their last 10, but they have covered in 4 of them? Not particularly. I bet the Pelicans last game. I regretted it. So pass here for me. What about the over 222.5 for that last game? I mean, sure. Don't have too much of an opinion on that one there. Pels plus 8.5. There you go. Knicks team total over 117. Pels plus 8. Supness. What's good, Lex? I predict the Knicks score exactly 117. The books are scary good. Wow. That'd be interesting. Do you consider line and money movement for college basketball? No. I don't for college basketball, and I don't for hockey. The main reason is hockey doesn't have a strong enough market for that. And for college basketball are the markets really going to be sharp on 103 games today? But yeah. One Nick Army. They need to change the name of the YouTube channel. Nope. Rob going for big money tonight. I'm about to start doing that. There you go. Let's move on, though. The Golden State Warriors taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Timberwolves 3-point favorites in this game. Total 213.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Opened up at a 5. It's now down to a 3. So we do have a 2-point line movement here towards the Golden State Warriors, which I 100% want the Golden State Warriors in this game. Line opened up 216.5. It's down to a 214.5. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have 59% tickets, 65% cash on the Timberwolves, yet this line's moving towards the Warriors. Why do I want the 90% tickets, 86% of cash on the over here as well? Why do I want the Warriors in this game? Well, it's pretty simple. In their last game, they went and they played the Memphis Grizzlies, and they lost 144-93. 51-point loss in that game. Yeah, you can almost guarantee I'm going to be betting the team that lost by 51 points in their last game in the next game there. And not only do I want to bet them here, I want to double up on them. And I want to take a look real quick if I'm assuming the first half has moved towards them as well. I expect them to step up here after that embarrassing. Okay, the line hasn't moved at all for the first half there. I expect the Golden State Warriors to to step up after that embarrassing effort there against the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game. So give me the Golden State Warriors first half plus 1.5 minus 110, full game plus 3.5 minus 115. I'm doubling up on the spot here. It's pretty simple for me. You lose by 51 points in your previous game. Yeah, sign me up to back you the next one. And this Golden State Warriors team, they have veterans on that team. They're not gonna let that one slide. And I think the Minnesota Timberwolves have been an overpriced team so far this year because of their run last year. So I'm gonna double up here on this spot. Golden State plus 1.5 minus 110 for the first half. Golden State plus 3.5 minus 115 for the full game. I think that probably Golden State wins this one outright. So if you want to say the hell with the points and take the money line at plus 140 over on Caesars full game, and what was it, plus 120 I'm seeing for the first half, I have no problem with that as well. But I'm going to take the spreads here for that one. So first half spread, Golden State Warriors first half plus 1.5 minus 110, full game plus 3.5 here after you got your ass whooped in the last game. See the next show. Tim still shows up sometimes. It's either win big or lose big, no in between. Fair. Road Warriors. Yeah, where's Marcos? Where's Marcos when you need him? I'm on the Road Warriors today. Where are you, Marcos? Warriors money line, Warriors plus 140. I'm just saying Quinnipiac, Stony Brook, and Fairfield, Stony Brook, Quinnipiac are the same looks. All right. I have to get my card together after the show. But yeah. Leave the points at the door. Wolves team total under. 2-unit play. Technically, yes, but it's a unit split up between the first half and the full game. I don't have 2-unit plays. I don't have 3. I don't do stuff like that. People who post out plays and do multiple unit plays, I think those are scams. I'm not somebody. I don't advocate for parlays. I don't advocate for, this is my 10-unit play of the day. No, that's not how things work. That's a good way to say I'm down big, but I want to catch back up. Yeah, no. Josh Hart over 8.5 rebounds for the next game. There you go. Warriors team total under. All right. I'll take the Warriors versus the House of Disappointment. Haven't seen you here for a bit. Victor Chargia. He says Road Warriors when they are at home. What? I don't get it. Maine -3 line check. Let's see. Maine. I have Maine as a 3-point favorite. Yeah. 10 units crazy, but I think 2 isn't bad if you have a big lead. For me, if I really like a side or if I really like a total, the way I'll do it is like I did with the Warriors there, first half full game, or if I like an over a lot, team total over, full game over, first half over, full game over, first 5 under, full game under, like stuff like that. That's my way of putting multiple units on a game, is to find different spots to bet a spot. First half full game, stuff like that. But you need a system, not a gut feeling. Yep. We'll continue on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games remaining in the NBA. The Philadelphia 76ers are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers were seeing 10.5 point favorites in this game. The line opened up at 12, and it's down to the 10.5. So we do have a move towards these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sixers in this one here. Line opened up 217.5. It's now 220. So move towards the over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 58% of tickets, 69% of cash. Nice is on the Cavaliers, yet this line's moving towards Philadelphia. 92% of tickets and 92% cash on the over. At least the line's moving towards the over. They're showing some respect towards the money. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 24-4 this year. They're 28 ATS. They're 18-10 over under. They're 15-1 at home here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. On the flip side, we have the Philadelphia 76ers, 9-16 straight up, 10-15 ATS, 11-13-1 over under, 5-7 on the road. They've been playing better as of late. They've won 2 straight, 4 of the last 5, and 6 of the last 8. So this is a Sixers team that's finally starting to play better. Do I trust them? No. They're on a second half of a back-to-back as well. Granted, they had a few days off in between their game before that. On the flip side, we have Cleveland coming in off of a nice win. They've won 3 in a row. They've won 7 of their last 8. The only game they lost was against Miami. They were 2.5 point favorites, and they lost 122-113. And for me, this is a simple pass on this game. Yes, the Sixers have been playing better. And actually, I would lean towards this being a dog or pass type of game. I would only take the points with the Sixers in the spot if I'm looking to bet it at all. But I'm not forcing action here. I have a couple other spots I think I like on this card a decent amount, including one in a couple games. Now I got to cap the next one, but let's see if I want to go back to it, even though I've lost 3 in a row. Yeah, no, this would be Sixers or nothing but pass. Are you fading my Stony Brook play? No, I didn't bet it. I didn't bet it at all. That's not a play for me. I was saying that the line is right in that game. Oh yeah, I said it. Predators money line. Cavs team total over 115. Cavs team total under 118.5. Something isn't adding up here. Pass. Sixers plus the 11. There you go. Let's keep it going. The Milwaukee Bucks are taking on the Washington Wizards. Now, I've lost 3 in a row. Taking the opponent team total over of the Washington Wizards. It's taken a little bit of a downturn. So now I need things to correlate for me. This isn't a blind bet like it was earlier in the year. And the way the line's moving here, I don't really have an interest in it today. So it'll probably hit. Line opened up at 11.5. It's still 11.5 for Milwaukee. It did tick up to a 12 for a minute, but it was bought right back down to 11.5. Line opened up at a 228. It's now all the way down to a 223. My bad. The question is, has the line moved too far? If you want to make that argument there. 60% of tickets, 63% of cash is on the Bucks. The line's really not moving. 88% of tickets, 81% of cash is on the over. And this one, the line's plummeting. So that'll be enough to keep me off the team total over for the Milwaukee Bucks. It was a fun ride taking team total overs against the Washington Wizards, but all of a sudden this team can play some defense, apparently. And 3 straight team total unders have hit against the Wizards. The Wizards are coming in off of a 123-114 win. They're now 4-21 on the year, 9-15-1 ATS, 12-12-1 over under, 1-10 on the road. Milwaukee 15-12 straight up, 11-15 ATS, 12-15 over under, 9-4 on the road. They've not been a very good offensive team this year. They are coming in off of a 23-point loss. So this should be a spot where the Bucks should lay the hammer down. Now, that's actually very tempting to take the Bucks here. They did play yesterday, but they got beat down by 23 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's just a bounce back spot for the Milwaukee Bucks coming in off of that, coming in off of a 23-point loss. They got they got the right opponent to face in order to, they have the right opponent to face if they want to bounce back. But with that being said, am I laying 11.5 with the Bucks? No. I guess I lean towards the team total over, but not a play here for me. What about the under? Maybe I lean towards the under in that Sixers game. Bucks team total over. Bucks team total over. Bucks smash. I'm just betting it now since Nick isn't. There you go. Warriors plus 480. Warriors team Wizards. Oh, my bad. Wizards plus 480. Wizards team total over. Just take the over, Drew. There you go. Let's head to the next one here. This is a spot that I would like to invest in. We have the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. Line opened up at a 10.5. We're now seeing 12.5, and I 100% agree with it. Line opened up at 239.5. It's now at 243. So we can move towards the over here as well. 64% tickets, 64% of cash on the over. The line makes sense. The Bulls don't really play much defense. They don't. On the flip side, we have 42% or 58% of tickets, 51% of cash on the Bulls. You get this line is moving towards the Warriors in this game, or towards the Celtics in this game here. And this is a get right spot for the Boston Celtics. Absolutely is. I get it. They're 11.5, 12-point road favorites in this game. These two teams just played 2 days ago, and Chicago won outright 117-108 as a 14.5-point favorite. This is the get right spot here for the Boston Celtics, and I would like to smash and grab here with the Boston Celtics. Very similar to the Golden State Warriors. I would like first half and full game with this. That would be the way I would like to approach it. I can get minus 6.5, minus 110 over on Bet365, and I'm getting minus 11.5, minus 110 also on Bet365. I want to double up on the Boston Celtics in this game and bet on them to bounce back against the very team that just beat them as 14.5-point dogs the previous game that these two teams just played. So I will go ahead and grab that as a nice bounce back spot. So I'm going to double up here on the Boston Celtics. First half, minus 6.5, minus 110. Full game, minus 11.5, minus 110. Both those can be found over on Bet365. Here we go. Bulls plus 500 money line. Celtics smash. Hope Chicago sweeps them. Same Rob. I'm not betting this pass. Bulls team total under the over. All right, so a little bit of differing there for this game. Which, hey, I will not talk anybody off of taking a plus. What was it, 500? Because friends don't talk friends off of dogs. But that being said, I think this is a smash and grab spot here for the Celtics. So Boston Celtics, first half minus 6.5 and full game minus 11.5 for me here in this one. If this was Celtics at home and Bulls beat them at the Bulls, I'd take it, but not here. Not it. We'll keep it going. We have 3 games left in the NBA. The Portland Trailblazers and the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs 6.5-point favorites, total 226.5. Let's get into the line history in this one here, where we have it opened up at a 7.5. Now we're seeing a 6.5. So we have a 1-point line movement towards Portland. Line opened up at a 228, down to 226. 6. So move towards the under, move towards the Blazers in this game here. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one, where we have 55% of tickets and 54% of cash on the Spurs. The line moving towards the Blazers, which makes the Blazers look interesting in this game. 83% of the tickets, 83% of the cash on the over in this game as well. And the line's dropping. Let's take a look. Here we have the Spurs, who are 14-13 straight up, 12-15 ATS, 15-12 over under, 10-7 at home. The Blazers are 9-18. They're 15-11 and 1 ATS. They're 12-15 over under, 3-11 on the road. They've really struggled away from Portland. They are coming in off of a nice win. They were 8-point home dogs against the Denver Nuggets, and they won outright. The Portland Trailblazers. The Blazers have covered 3 games in a row now. They lost as 3.5-point favorites by 2 to the San Antonio Spurs team. They lost by 7 to the Suns as 11-point dogs, and they won outright against Denver in their last game. And for me in this one, I don't feel the need to get involved with it. It would be dog or pass, though. I would only look towards backing the Portland Trailblazers in this game. But do I feel the absolute need to get involved with this here? No. The pretty simple is no. So no play here for me. It would be Blazers or nothing, but no play here. Spurs team total under and the Blazers +7. All right. We'll keep it going. The Dallas Mavericks taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. The Mavericks -3.5 total, 221 in this game. Taking a look at the line history here. Opened up at a 3, and it's really chilled around 3. Got up to a 4, got down to a 2.5, but now it's a 3.5. So we have a half-point line movement here towards the Mavericks. Line opened up 221. It's still 221. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. 62% of tickets and 54% of the cash is on the Mavericks. At least the lines move towards them there with the money coming in on them. 87% of tickets, 86% of the cash is on the over here as well. Another game I really don't have too much of an interest in. The Mavericks are 17-10 straight up. They've been playing better as of late. These two teams actually just played. It was in Dallas, so both back-to-back games in Dallas here. And the Clippers won 118-95 last meeting. So maybe a nice little short-term revenge spot here for the Dallas Mavericks to lay the points in this spot. The Clippers are 16-12, 17-10 and 1 ATS, 11-17 over under, 6-6 on the road. I would lean towards laying the points with the Mavericks. That would be where I would lean in this game. The Clippers coming in off of back-to-back wins. So I lean Mavericks. Not going to bet it, but it would be Dallas or nothing for me here. Penn State -8.5 was what now was at 8. I got +9 with SMU last night, so I got +9. So Clippers +3.5. Mavs money line. Mavs can win by 2, so me and Drewski win. All right. Mavs -3.5, -110. That would be my lean in this game as well. Final game on the NBA card, and then we'll move into the NFL. We have the Phoenix Suns and the Detroit Pistons. The Suns around 5.5, 6-point favorites in this game. Total 225 now in this one. Line opened up 226 down to a 225. Line opened up at a 6.5, went down up to a 7, and now it's back. Now it's down to a 6. So we have a half-point line movement towards Detroit, and we have a 1-point line movement towards the under in this game here. 97% of tickets, 97% of cash is on the Suns in this game. I have absolutely no interest in the Suns whatsoever. 83% of tickets, 82% of cash on the over here as well. Obviously, this is Pistons or nothing. The Pistons are coming in off of a loss in their last game as well. I believe they lost to the Jazz in their last game. So, once again, I mean, Detroit, they're 11-17 this year. They're still a bad basketball team. 13-14 and 1 ATS, 14-14 over under, 6-9 on the road. Phoenix Suns are 14-12 this year, but 9-17 ATS, 15-11 over under, 9-5 at home. They're 9th in the Western Conference right now. For that, this is a pretty simple pass. It's Detroit or nothing. If I'm backing this game, I would only look towards the Pistons. Not going to get involved with that whatsoever, though. So it's a pass. Jalen Duran over 8.5 points plus 105. There you go. Nick, can you say all your NBA picks real quick because I joined late? Yes, let me get up my my bet stamp real quick. I started off with the Kings minus 5.5, minus 120 ESPN bet. Atlanta Hawks plus 110 ESPN bet. Boston Celtics minus 6.5, minus 110 full first half, bet 365. Boston Celtics minus 11.5, minus 110 full game, bet 365. Golden State Warriors plus 1.5 first half, minus 110, bet 365. Golden State Warriors plus 3.5, minus 115, ESPN bet. Knicks team total under, or Suns team total under 115.5. I would trail Nick in NBA. It's his best sport. Baseball is. I would like to say baseball is, but yeah, I get it. Yeah. Fuck the Suns. Nick is the NBA expert and he hates it. That's that it's not the NHL. He's doing great in. It does piss me off that the NHL is the one I spend more time in. And the NBA has been the more successful one. It does frustrate me. But we'll make the transition from the NBA to the NFL, which the NFL has been a shit show this year. So let's see if we can start to turn it around this week. We got 2 games here for some Saturday NFL action. We're starting it off in Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans in this game. Here we have the Chiefs 3.5 point favorites, total 42.5 in this game. Line opened up at look ahead line for this game was a 4. Opening line for this game was a 3.5. Actually, the opening line for this game was plus 2.5 for the Chiefs. They thought Mahomes was going to be out, and now Mahomes is back in. It's a 3.5. So the line had moved. Mahomes is in and he's good to go. Look ahead line 44.5. Opening line 41.5. Now 42.5. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game. Now, I'm not a fan of betting favorites. I'm on both favorites today because we have a couple of dogs that are getting 60+% of the tickets. 62% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the Texans because there's no way the Chiefs cover. Mahomes isn't 100% and whatever. No, I'm on the Kansas City Chiefs at minus 3.5 here. And I don't advocate for parlays, but I mean, Chiefs and Ravens, I wouldn't talk anybody off of Chiefs Ravens today as a 2-teamer. Because I can see potentially the Chiefs not covering. Even though I did lay the 3.5 with them here in this spot. We're starting to see some 4s out there as well. The Chiefs are 13-1, but they're 6-8 ATS. They're the kings of winning, but not covering. 6-8 over under. Perfect 7-0 at Arrowhead Field here. On the flip side, the Houston Texans are 9-5 straight up. They're 6-2 ATS. They're 4-9-1 over under and 4-3 on the road. The Texans, after this, will play Baltimore, and then they'll finish the year in Tennessee, where they need one more win to get their over win total this year, which was a 9.5. Unfortunately, I'm sitting with the under on that one there. KC's already locked up the division. They're fighting for the number 1 seed. And I'm not a believer in this Houston Texans team. I look forward to fading them in the playoffs with whoever that may be. It's probably an AFC North team, really, that the Texans will play in the first round. I want to see not sortable standings, but the Texans right now would be the 4 seed, and they'll play the top wild card team, which would be the Baltimore Ravens. So yeah, I would see the Ravens beating the Texans in the first round of the playoffs for sure. I would definitely be interested in Baltimore in that game, especially with them on the road. They'll probably be closer towards a dog, so I could see value in that matchup there. But with that being said, I'm just going to lay the 3.5 here with the Chiefs, and that's it. I get it. The Chiefs don't cover that much, but they don't cover that much as touchdown favorites. In this price range, they're generally better. So KC for me at minus 3.5 in this game. Can an NBA player bet on other sports? Because NHL, no, they can't. I don't believe they can. Chiefs or Texans -3.5, +3.5. Yeah. Chiefs win by a field goal. I don't see it. I think they yeah. Marquise Brown under 1.5 reception. My only play in both games. Yeah. No, they can't. Penn State are frauds. All right. Chiefs or nothing. No, hell no, Lex. Don't start talking crazy. Okay, when was the last time Penn State beat a top 10 team? Or let's just, they're top 20 out there. When they have to step up in competition, they don't do well. Yeah. There you go. Chiefs by a field goal to +3.5 Texans. Texans overrated, but I can see a cover why I'm staying off. Sorry, Coyote picks. I mean Pennsylvania, not Penn State. Okay. Ravens would be favored by at least a field goal against the Texans in a playoff game. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Okay, that's better. Illinois was ranked on 19th. I forgot Illinois was ranked at all this year. All right. And they were 17. What? They were 17-point favorites in that game. They didn't cover. They won by like what? Yeah. So they did. Oh yeah. The all-powerful Fighting Illini. Yeah. Fuck, didn't know there was NFL today. I will add to next parlay. I actually thought about a parlay today, and I don't advocate for them though. But I wanted to take the Chiefs and the Ravens. And I know that sounds square as fuck, but it's really not, because both the public are on both dogs today with the Steelers and the Texans here. Let's get into it. This line, I actually like this game probably a little bit better than the other one. Look at line 5, opening line 6.5, and now we're seeing 7s. I got 6.5 last night with Baltimore. Look at line 46.5, opening line 46.5, and now it's down to a 44. So we even moved towards the under here as well. We have 64% of tickets and 58% of the cash is on the Steelers. In this game, the line's moving towards Baltimore. And we're starting to see 7s out there, even though 36% of tickets and 42% of cash is on Baltimore. 70% of tickets, 61% of cash in the over in this game as well. The line dropping. Now, these two teams just played about a month ago, November the 17th. Pittsburgh escaped that game with an 18-16 win. I was on Pittsburgh in that game. I took the points with them there. On the flip side, Baltimore and the Pittsburgh Steelers are coming in off of a 27-13 loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. On the flip side, the Ravens are coming in off of basically a glorified bye week. They played the New York Giants as 17-point favorites, win 35-14. And don't let that score flatter you. If you're the Giants, losing by 21, they scored a late touchdown to make it 35 from 35-7 to 35-14. So it was basically a glorified bye week for the Baltimore Ravens in that game there. And I look for the Ravens to bounce back after to get their short-term revenge in this matchup. Now the under does seem appealing as well. The under, maybe a Pittsburgh team total under. Baltimore's defense does worry me a little bit, but they're getting better. And we've seen this matchup between these two teams play nothing but unders. The last time we saw an over between these two teams was on November 1st, 2020. 8 straight unders between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 8. So if you're looking to add a play to this game, I would look towards a Steelers team total under, but that's probably really, really low considering they're a touchdown dog with a 44 total. But that would be a lean for me, would be the Steelers team total under. But I'm on the Ravens at -6.5. I like that there. And I was tempted. I want to just see what this would pay real quick. I don't advocate for parlays, but this one seems pretty decent. Both favorites today in the NFL, which sounds square, but let's take a look where it would be -180 on DraftKings for the Chiefs. Let's see if DraftKings is offering the best money line there. They are. -305 for the Ravens. The parlay would pay +107 odds on DraftKings, Chiefs and Ravens. That's tempting. It's tempting for sure. I don't advocate for parlays, but if I would take a shot with that one today. But then you're getting teams that are laying numbers that maybe make people uncomfortable. Yeah, but yeah. Let's if this will click, there we go. I didn't know about NFL either. Yeah, favorite parlay might be it. Line tells you everything. Beat down. Yeah. +7 with Mike Tomlin, who always covers as a dog. You can never bet against Mike Tomlin as a dog. Yeah. No, I think this is a beatdown. Ravens smash. Ravens -7, -102. Steelers +7. Don't the Steelers play Lamar good? Yeah, the Steelers have actually played the Ravens really strong. But with that being said, I like the spot in this game for Baltimore. All right, we'll make the transition from the NFL, from the gridiron to the ice, the NHL. We're kicking it off with the LA Kings and the Nashville Predators in this game here. The Kings -115 favorites with a total of 5.5 in this game. Tricky spot because when we look at this matchup here, I really don't have an interest in backing the Nashville Predators. I don't. They're a team that I would rather bet against than bet on. This is the second to last game of a long road trip here for the Kings. They go to Washington tomorrow. It's probably a capital spot tomorrow for that game. And they're So the Nashville Predators 9-17-7 this year. 11-22 over under. They're 6-7-3 at home. On the flip side, LA is 19-9-4. They're 18-11-3 over under. They're 9-7-3 out on the road. I mean, my numbers have this game at a pick 'em, and I don't really know how to approach the road trip angle for the Kings right now. I think the better spot would be fading them tomorrow against Washington if they're not if Washington's not a stupid line, with it being the last game of a road trip for the LA Kings. Well, with that being said, not a game I'm getting involved with. It would be Kings or nothing. I don't really have an interest in the Preds, but on the flip side, do I really feel the need to get involved with this game though? No, it's two teams that I would rather bet against Nashville, and the Kings I'm whatever on. I don't know how to approach the Kings right now, so it's a pass for me. It'd be Kings or nothing, and I have the game projected for 5.7 goals, so pass. Let's see. Kings game under 5.5. There you go. Preds money line. If the Kings win, it goes under. Kings money line or pass. And Preds, it goes either way. So, yeah. Kings defense is just better. True. I feel like my odds are better taking the under. Also, morning games to slow start. So maybe a first period under. Maybe a no goal in the first 10 minutes. Something along those lines. Move on. A game that I probably won't have any action in. The Edmonton Oilers are -425 favorites in this game against the San Jose Sharks. Total 6.5 in this game. Another tricky spot. The Oilers look like a little bit like a bet on team right now. But at -425, not a chance in the world. Pretty simple there. I don't want them whatsoever. On the flip side, we have the San Jose Sharks, who are starting to look more like the Sharks. They've lost 3 in a row in 6 of their last 7 games. This is their they played a 3-game homestand and lost all 3 games, giving up 4 goals in all 3 games. They will head to Vancouver after this, and then they'll have their Christmas break and then head home and play Vegas and Calgary. I'm not laying -425. I'm not going to lay a 2.5. That would be the way you would have to bet the Oilers is laying 2.5. That's never happening for me. So this is an easy pass for me. And I have this game projected at 6.25 goals. So maybe an under in this game, thinking that this game should be more along the lines of a 6. But no, it's not enough of an edge for me to go ahead and bet it. The Oilers defensively have not been bad. I'll give them that, but the Sharks offensively have been decent. Defensively, I can't trust the Sharks, so especially after they traded Blackwood. So another no play here for me to start the day. Maybe I might get involved in the next game, but no. Sharks, heck no, pass. Yeah. Oilers smash. Georgiev is on the Sharks. They are screwed. Yeah, no, I've no, yeah, no. Pass. We'll move on. Chicago Blackhawks and the Calgary Flames. The Flames minus 160 favorites in this game, total of 5.5. It's weird seeing the Flames as minus 160 favorites. Yeah, I have them around a 130 range in this game here. So I see value on Chicago. Chicago's been playing better as of late. They have been. They're coming in off of, I believe, back-to-back wins. Backed them in that game against the oh my bad, 3 straight wins for the Chicago Blackhawks. How about that? How about them Blackhawks? They were all at home, and now they hit the road to play Calgary, Minnesota, Buffalo. So maybe that's the game Buffalo gets their first win again. I don't know. Is against Chicago at the end of that road trip. But with that being said, I mean, at plus 135, this is Chicago or nothing. And I think this line should be 5.5. I have this game projected for 5.6 goals. So ultimately, just another tricky spot where, yeah, it would be dog or pass for me in this one. And NHL has not gone well for me, so I'm not peppering the board in the NHL like I would last year. So ultimately, no action here for me. But if I would, it would be Blackhawks or nothing for me in this game. But once again, not a game I'm getting involved with. Flames money line. If Dustin Wolf wasn't elite, I would take the Hawks, but he is. Fair. Hawks team total over. Calgary puck line, 5-3 final. All right, fair. We'll move on. The Montreal Canadiens and the Detroit Red Wings. These, if you're thinking, man, we just saw this matchup yesterday. We did. We saw this exact matchup yesterday, and the Canadiens won it 4-3 in that game there. And what do we see? Another game between these two teams. Another close one. Yeah, the 4-game overtime streak snapped between these two teams, but they've still gone to overtime in 4 of the last 5, 6 of the last 8, and 7 of the last 10 between these two teams. And they just played a 1-goal game. The only other games that they did not go to overtime were shutout wins for the Detroit Red Wings. Now, the ultimate thought process is, yeah, Detroit bounces back and wins this game, right? They just lost last game. Kind of think the Habs should be favorites in this game, which sounds weird, but as bad as the Canadiens have been, I mean, they're what? A point behind the Red Wings? Like, the Red Wings are not much better than the Canadiens right now. We're back at the Bell Center, back-to-back wins for the Canadiens, so they're feeling good. And this line's a 6, and my numbers have this at a 6.47, so I think this game should be a 6.5. So I think that's the spot to go at it here is the over. And once again, this would be a draw bet for me. I think this could be a good spot where you see a draw. We're starting to see some 6.5s out there, so shop around. Over on BetMGM, over 6 minus 120. I'm going to take that to get my day started. Detroit and Montreal over 6 for me to get the day started, or to get my card started in the NHL. Lean draw as well, and lean Canadians if I had to bet side. Draw. Yeah, I can see draw. Hopefully 5-3. Yeah. Draw in the Red Wings game. Yeah. Line anytime goal. Lean pass, lean draw. What about the under 6.5? I like the over. I like the over. Habs money line. Over 6. These teams don't play defense. Said it yesterday. Yeah. Are the Pelicans still shit? I'm thinking Magic -3, Warriors, and Knicks because the NBA has treated me better than NHL like Nick. I'm leaning Magic. I think the line got too far. I'm all over the Warriors. I doubled up on that Warriors spot. And the Knicks, I mean, the public's been fading the Pelicans this year, and the public's been right about fading the Pelicans. So I won't talk you off the Knicks. So, but yeah, I think the Warriors might be the best bet on the card today, though. So let's move on. The Philadelphia Flyers are minus 150 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. They are taking on the Blue Jackets. And let's get into this one here. As for the side in this one, I was kind of surprised to see the minus 150 price tag. Then I ran my numbers, and I'm like, no, that makes sense. I have the Flyers around minus 150 in this game, so that makes sense to see the number is where it is. They're giving me 6.5 over on what do you call it, Cappertek. So I guess it's a 6.5 at plus money for the over in that game there over on Cappertek. But that line makes sense. And the 6.5, I guess makes sense too. I have this game projected for 6.31 goals. I have a feeling I'm going to get involved in the next game we'll talk about there between the Bruins and the Sabres. With that being said, no action for me in this game. I'm not going to force stuff in the NHL, and this is I feel like would be a forcing spot. So no play for me here in this game. At this number, I can't lay $1.50 with the with who do you call it? I can't lay $1.50 with the Flyers, but on the same time, I'm not going to back the Blue Jackets in this game either. Flyers money line minus 150. Yeah, Flyers money line, Blue Jackets money line. This line's wide. I kind of agree. Let's get into it though. Next game. Will it be 13 in a row? The Boston Bruins are taking on the Buffalo Sabres in this one here. The Bruins minus 175 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. Yes, we all know the struggles the Buffalo Sabres are going through right now. They've now lost 12 games in a row. They are dead last in the Atlantic. I believe they're dead last in the East. And their season's basically over. Rasmus Dahlin returned yesterday, and it didn't seem to matter. They still lost. Now this is the second half of a back-to-back for Buffalo, coming in off of that 6-3 loss against the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm trying to find the best available number to see what this would be. It would be 170 and 150 for a minus 1 line on the Boston Bruins. Would be minus 108 in this game. I have this game projected at Bruins. There we go. I have this game projected Bruins minus 200. So I see value here at the minus 170 range with the Boston Bruins to take a minus 1 line here with them. One thing that does concern me is it's their first game back after a Western road trip. They played, granted, it wasn't the greatest. They went 2-2-1 on the road trip. They're coming in off of the overtime loss against the Edmonton Oilers. They had a day off, and at least they're playing they're playing the right opponent in order to get a win after a long road trip like that. I usually don't like backing teams in this situation, but this is Bruins or nothing. And at minus 108 for the minus 1 line, I feel like I should just be betting against the Sabres until they win a game. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it here. Minus 108 on the minus 1 line with the Boston Bruins in this game. I'm gonna challenge the Sabres to win a game. So Bruins minus 1 for me here. Minus 108 is where I'm gonna go for that one. They've been great. Fair. Pasta will cool tonight. Will cook tonight. Bruins team total over. Pass. Swayman has been dog shit this season. He's not used to playing 60 games. Fair. Over 6. Nick going against them. Might as well bet the Sabres now. I've been against the Sabres a few times on the streak. Not all the time on the streak, but I've bet against them a few times. But nothing crazy. So there's that. We'll move on from one New York team to another. The New York Islanders are taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Minus 160 for the Leafs, total 6 in this game. This is the second half of a back-to-back for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I do have this game projected Maple Leafs minus 160 range, so I think that line's correct. However, I have this game projected at 6.5. And we're seeing 6s juice towards the under in this game between the Islanders and the Maple Leafs. This is a matchup, though. The Islanders have enjoyed playing the Maple Leafs. 4 wins in a row, all of them as dogs against the Maple Leafs. Twice of them have gone to overtime. The last time the Leafs won was in 2023, January of 2023. They won 5-2 there. The Islanders are off of back-to-back losses. And, man, even if this wasn't a system play, I'd be on this one here. The Islanders are coming off of a shutout loss, which I'm so glad I didn't go to that game. And this is the third game in 4 nights for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think this is a good spot for the Islanders to be able to put up goals. And at a 5.5 minus 125, I'll take that. And I'll also take the New York Islanders team total over 2.5 at minus 120 in this game as well. They're coming in. I mean, and it's not like they were badly outplayed in that game. They outshot Carolina 32-29. Their expected goals was 3.76 in that game. So it was really the Pyotr Kochetkov show in that one there. And I think the bounces go the right way for the Isles this time, and we see goals in this game. So I got 5.5 at minus 125 for the over on ESPN Bet in this game. And I got the New York Islanders team total over in this game as well at 2.5 minus 120. Don't know if I can trust them to win the game, but at this number, I had to take a shot at the team total over as well. So over 5.5 minus 125, team total over 2.5 at minus 120 for the Islanders. Let's see. Oh, I didn't know. Never mind. You're all good. All good. Morning, Nick. What's good, Untouchable? Flames, Leafs, Canucks. I lean Blackhawks. I'm on the Islander team total over, and we haven't gotten to the Canucks game yet. This is a bad spot for the Leafs. Isles plus 142 money line or pass. Did okay in hockey. St. Louis first period plus 1.5 in the under 6.5. Washington first period money line in the under. All right. Islanders game over 5.5. Yeah, I agree with that one there. When's the last time the Isles went to overtime? This isn't the normal Isles. Yeah, it's been a minute since they've gone to overtime. December 3rd against Montreal, the 2-1 loss. They have not gone to overtime since. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Will we see the card after the show? Yeah, I can. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a Timmy free weekend. The Sabres ruined 2 of my parlays. St. Louis watching. Ouch. All right. That's enough from you. Cool. That's enough from you. Fire Rough. Why on earth did they bring him back? Fair. Draw. Yeah. Yep. No. That's enough. I don't need that shit. Let's move on. Minnesota Wild and the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are minus 160 favorites in this game. Total 5.5 in this one. And, I mean, it's a tricky spot. My numbers love the Wild in this game. I have this game priced closer towards a pick'em. My numbers are not very high on the Winnipeg Jets, even though they're getting slightly better as of late. They're not as high on the Jets as most. And the Wild, I think this is a Wild team that I lost again with them yesterday. But this is the Minnesota Wild team. They are dealing with injuries. That's the one problem with Minnesota here as of late. Is Gustafsson is out. Trennan is out. Middleton is out. Eriksson Ek is out. So they are dealing with a bunch of injuries here, which is why the line is the way it is with the Winnipeg, with the Minnesota Wild there. 2 top teams in the Central. This is a big game for me for my futures. So there's that as well. The Jets have won 7 straight meetings against the Minnesota Wild. The Wild are on 3 straight losses now, which is not good. Winnipeg, they are off of a loss as well. They played on the 18th, so they've had a few days off. This is the second half of a back-to-back, the third game in 4 nights for the Wild. So I understand why the line is the way it is, which is ultimately why I'm not betting this game. This would be Wild or nothing, but at this number, I'm not laying minus 160 with the Jets. And now I'm starting to see minus 170s. I understand why the line is the way it is. I'm not betting it though. So This is a pass here for me. Minnesota or nothing. Yeah, it was stupid. Winnipeg puck line, Winnipeg in the under. Pass, mild or mild. Wild money line. Wild or mild and mid. Minnesota in every sport. Yeah. Jets money line. What do your numbers have for the only college football that matters? FCS, the Bison plus 3.5 in the under, and the Grizz. Let's see. I have South Dakota State as a 0.5-point favorite. I have Montana State as an 8.5-point favorite. So there you go. Losing to the Panthers and VGK isn't mid. A lot of teams lose to them. Skull Vikings. Can't wait for the first round exit for the Vikings because it's the same old Minnesota. Because, I mean, who would the Vikings get in the first round right now? It would be they would get what? The Bucks? Oh, I would take the Bucks in a heartbeat against the Wild or against the Vikings. Either that or they get the Falcons. Or yeah, no, they get the NFC South winner basically in the first round if they don't win the division, which I still think the Lions win the division. They would be getting right now it'd be the Rams or the Bucks. So that's something there as well. For me, I would take the Rams. I would take the Bucks. I would take them, all of them over that there. But yeah. First round exit for both Minnesota teams. Fair. Vikings won't be even playing in the first round. Yes, they will, because I think the Lions are winning the North. The Lions are winning the North. Yes. At least you don't suck in every sport like here in Chicago. First round bye. That's the Lions, though. Yes, they will. Lions getting that. Yeah, the Lions are getting the bye. Vikings winning the NFC North. I think even if the Vikings win the NFC North, it's because even if they do, I think the Eagles will get the first round bye then. So I'm taking the Bucks easy. Oh, yeah. Week 18 comes down to one game. Yeah. Hell no. Vikings 75 to win the Super Bowl. It's now 12-1. Packers fan here. Packers Super Bowl. No. Lions. Robert smoking that Minnesota. Yeah. LOL. Everyone's sleeping on the Vikings. I just like the Lions better. I do. For many years. And I will sleep on every Minnesota team until they actually win a championship. So we'll move on. The New Jersey Devils taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins in this game. You guys know my love for the New Jersey Devils. My projection for this game here, Devils minus 240, minus 250 range. I think this is a Devils puck line spot, really. And I have this game projected for 6.63 goals. I see this as a good spot for the Devils. They're coming in off of a loss. They lost 4-2 to the Columbus Blue Jackets in their last game, which snapped a 3-game winning streak for them. On the flip side, the Pittsburgh Penguins have now gone to overtime 3 straight games. But it was against Ottawa, LA, and Nashville. I think that the New Jersey Devils are a different team. Like, they're way different. And this is a Devils team that I want to back. I didn't back them the last game. I feel like I know when and when not to back them. This is Devils puck line for me. Plus 115 over on Bet365. I look for them to just go and beat the crap out of Pittsburgh in this game. They're coming in off of the loss. New Jersey, they are absolutely dominating for us right now. When you look at advanced analytics, expected goals for 2.59 against. So advanced analytically, this is the best team in hockey right now, the New Jersey Devils. Yes, I know they just lost to Columbus. Cool. They put up 6.69 expected goals in that game. It's not from a lack of trying. Elvis Merzlikins goalied them that game. So for me, Devils puck line, nice bounce back spot for them, plus 115. I don't play puck lines ever, or rarely, and I think this is a good one here. I'm thinking FCS championship game is Montana and North Dakota State. Devils puck line. Devils in the over. KC versus Green Bay. I think Buffalo, Detroit. Buffalo, Detroit would be my Super Bowl matchup, which means we'll probably get some bullshit like KC and Philly that nobody wants to see. 2 games remaining. We have the Vancouver Canucks taking on the Ottawa Senators in this one here. The Canucks minus 125 favorites with a total of 5.5 in this one. I have this game projected for 5.94 goals, so I do have this game projected about a half goal higher. And then on the flip side, for the side, I have this game projected for the Canucks to be about a minus 110, minus 115 favorite. So really no value on the side, slight value on the over in this game, but the Ottawa Senators have been playing a really strong defensive brand of hockey as of late. This is a Ottawa team that has turned it around. They have won 5 straight games now, and they have not given up more than 2 goals in any of them. 3-2 win against Calgary, 3-0 against Seattle, 3-2 against Pittsburgh, 3-0 against Carolina, 5-1 against Anaheim. Their last loss was 4-2 to the Islanders. Since then, they've gone under 5.5 in 4 straight games, and they've pushed the 6 basically on the one game that did go over 5.5 for them as of late. So that's ultimately going to keep me off the under here in this one as well. The Canucks have lost 2 straight in 3 of the last 4. Their only win was against Colorado of all teams. This will be their 3rd game in 4 nights and 4th game in 6 nights. They've been playing a lot of hockey as of late, the Canucks. It's a hard pass for me. It'd be Sens or nothing in this game. It would be over or nothing, but I'm not playing either. But my lean would be Ottawa in this game at the dog price tag. Buffalo versus Green Bay. Oh, wait, I've been saying that for the last 4 years, and the refs mess it up, and so does the teams. It's going to be something we don't want to see, like Kansas City and Philadelphia. Nobody wants to see that again. Pass. We'll move on. Final game of the card. The Vegas Golden Knights and the Seattle Kraken. Minus 190 for the Golden Knights. Total 6 in this game. As for my projections in this game, yeah, I have no shock. I have the Golden Knights as favorites in this game. I have them around 160, 165, though, in this game. So maybe a slight lean towards Seattle on the side perspective. The total, I have this game projected for 6.14 goals. So I think the 6 is correct in this one here. Seattle's now lost 3 in a row to Tampa Bay, Ottawa, and Chicago. I remember the game against Chicago there. On the flip side, the Vegas Golden Knights are playing well. 2 straight wins, 6 of their last 7. Their only loss was to Edmonton. Ultimately, the Knights are too expensive for me to back them in this game. But I don't want the Kraken, and I think this total is correct. So I'm gonna end the show with a pass on the final game there. So that is everything there. But that is the full card. I'll head back to the chat and then we'll head on out. Chiefs at noon. Yeah. Pass. Good luck. Good luck as well. But that is everything for today's card. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys same time, same place for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, everyone.